Welcome to We Love Food once again, the collaborator, and I had a discussions with the producer, Laura PR. She said, well, be a lot more active when you're talking because it's a little dull at moment when you're explaining your recipe. So today it's Thanksgiving weekend. I'm preparing a gluten-free stuffing which will be made of quinoa. And then we can see that I have prepared carrots, celeries, onions, and a little bit of fennel. So a cup and a half of quinoa, and then about 3 cups of chicken broth, and the equivalent of barely 2 cups of vegetable that I will prepare. And you need to make sure that the quinoa is not too cooked before you put it inside the cavities of the turkey, and we will be preparing the turkey just after. So we did prepare the turkey. Notice that we have attached the 2 legs. We have put inside the roasting pan all around the carrots, onions, and the celeries. The mix of spice we use is rosemary. We use fine herbs, a mix of other herbs like thyme and coriander that we crush with the small mortier. So we are preparing the oven. It's a 17.5 pounds, 8 kilos turkey. So we'll cook at 350 for about 4.5 hours. And the quinoa stuffing going to be put inside the cavity hot. That means it's cooked. As soon as it's cooked, we put it in, and then we will ensure that the heat will transmit to the meat. And as we're going to cook it, we're going to take some of the juice that is released, and we will be able to put it back inside the cavity so that the quinoa will finish cooking. So we use of course the quinoa that was cooking. And you could see it's still, if you notice, you will see that the quinoa is just not quite fully cooked. But you cannot put like uncooked quinoa in there. So it was hot, pretty well boiling. And then I stuffed the turkey with the quinoa. I put about a cup of white wine at the bottom of the roasters, and you want to make sure that there is no liquid, so it will just make steam. And I finish seasoning it, and now I'm ready to put the cover. The oven is at 350, and we will be cooking it for the next 5 hours. And in the meantime, we will be preparing the other piece of the meal, which will be potatoes, sweet potatoes, onions, that will be all mashed together using sour cream and butter. Let's go. All right, so we did start 4 hours ago on the oven. We open it every half an hour, and we use the liquid at the bottom of the roasters to make sure that we put this nice liquid over and in the cavity of the turkey to make sure that the quinoa stuffing is actually cooked very well. We also did prepare, and on the left hand side we have carrots that are ready to be cooked, and on far out it's the gravy. We already start the gravy with the neck and some of the other pieces when we trim the turkey. We roast that very well, and we start a nice gravy that we will finish as we're removing the liquids from the turkey. We're putting it back inside the gravy. So still another hour and a half to go before we can call it a success. 30 minutes before the end, we will open the roasters so that the top of the turkey get nicely roasted. All right, so she's been cooking the turkey, of course, been in there for exactly 5.5 hours. We took the temperatures. We have a nice 185 degrees on the meat. We put over the legs and the tips of the wings some aluminum foil, so we have a nice roast. And we think we have a pretty neat turkey at this time. And that will be our turkey 2016 Thanksgiving in Canada. And for our friends in the United States, I'll try to put on the videos that some of my turkeys that I did made in the previous year. And we will finish all this with, of course, carrots and mashed potato that I have had onions, white onions, the Spanish onions for the colors, and for the taste, sweet potatoes or yam, like you like to call it down in the state. So see you in a few minutes when we are ready to put all this within the plate, and we have finished also the sauce, the gravy that will go over that. Well, that beautiful turkey for We Love Food is pretty well ready. As you can notice, I did slice the chest pretty well sideways so that you cut the meat transversely, and it's make it a lot tender. I chopped a bit of the legs, and we have the beautiful quinoa stuffing that is part of the overall meal. At the bottom of the roasters we have some carrots, and we did prepare in the on the oven, on the stove, the potatoes. So let's go see this. On the left hand side we have, of course, the carrots, and you can buy different color. They're beautiful and they're extremely tasty. The mashed potatoes with the yam and the Spanish onions so that you maintain a white color. I finished them with sour cream and margarine, a little bit of lactose intolerance in the family. And then in the back, as all this was cooking, I did prepare a nice gravy that will go over, of course, the turkey, but the little lake in the potatoes. So bon appetit, and let's see what this nice plate gonna look like. Well, this is the final product. Beautiful plate. Of course, you can have your choice of wine, red or white, and you can see and notice how beautiful it is. Don't forget the lake, the little lake on the mashed potatoes, and the cranberry sauce on the top. I did add on the cranberry sauce a little bit of zest of oranges so that it tastes fabulously different than the regular cranberry sauce. And you soak the whole thing with your gravy that's been prepared. So bon appetit, and thank you to We Love Food for giving me this chance of being able to be one of their collaborators. Bye bye, à la prochaine.